Oh, pretty lights. Oh god! So these are blinks, a game system with so much tactile fun with all these flashing lights and of course, magnets. Look how satisfying they connect, oh my god. This game system gets its 21st century modern twist from the fact that all of these hexagons can talk to each other, which is pretty cool. Each of these white hexagons is an individual blink with LED lights. At its core, it's just a hex with lights and a button. However, a blink is capable of talking to other blinks once connected to them thanks to its magnetic sides. So pushing a button here can make the other one light up and vice versa. Connecting a whole ton of them together allows for basically endless permutations of games. Okay, so let's get on to the game part of this tech. If you flip any of the blinks over, you'll notice that they all have games on the back. Yep, each and every single blink has the save data for its very own retro-looking game. And it can teach all the other connected blinks to play that game. Just take a single blink with its own game, press, hold, and release the button, and teach all the others to play it. And you can do this with a lot of blinks, depending on the game, so you can start to see how the potential for this game system starts to skyrocket. Alright, so the games. So we got 12 games here, with 6 included in each of these boxes. Let's start with your simple real-time games. How about a simple whack-a-mole game? The game, Wham, lets you whack those pesky moles trying to disappear into your garden. Just smash the buttons and see if you can last 30 waves of them. Or how about Speed Racer, where you have to quickly build a road for a car that is going way too fast, or else it's gonna crash. In this one, just like Wham, is a solo or cooperative experience. These are both super fast-paced, and a towel or mat underneath helps with how hectic these end up being. So now let's start talking about the more competitive games, and a great place to start is with this party game called Bomb Brigade. There's a bomb in the middle, and players take turns striking the bomb by pressing it to make it spin faster and faster. The faster it goes, the more likely it is to explode when a player presses it. If it blows up on a shield, you can take a breather as only the shield takes damage. Just go ahead and restart the bomb. But eventually the shields will run out of health, and there will be more empty spaces for it to blow, and when it explodes on your turn in a direction without a shield, you're out of the game. This one is going to be great for those larger groups once this pandemic ends. Another cool one is called Mortals, where 2 players will each take half of the blinks in a battle to survive. On a player's turn, they will remove one of their survivors from this cluster and place it somewhere new. Whoever they touch, including their own team, they'll steal 5 seconds of life from. Wait, 5 seconds? Yep, Mortals is going to be played with a timer element, with 60 seconds of life for each blink piece, as players alternate taking turns. And then when any tile dies, it becomes a zombie, accelerating the death of all its surrounding tiles. Okay, but my favorite blink game so far has to be this one, Flick Flop. It's like a shuffleboard game with a timing element, where 2 to 3 players will slide tiles across a table to connect them to a cluster in the middle. See how the middle cluster alternates between 3 colors? This means that whenever you slide a piece across a table, you want to make sure it connects with the cluster when it has your team's color flashing. There's some really cool fun here where you really have to get a feel for the magnet's strength as you carefully time your blinks sliding across a table. You can adjust the difficulty level by sitting further away from the middle cluster as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, they gave you a point. Oh, that's so close.
And then there's the games that really aren't explicitly games. There's widgets, which allows the blinks to act as dice, spinners, or even coins, allowing you to use them to play 3 recommended games or to just use as accessories for other games. If you want a puzzle to solve anytime you want, just use Puzzle 101, where the game will devise a random pattern to solve. Just connect every single light together, making sure that the angles with the color are all connected to the same color. And then there's the chillest blink of all, Zen Flow. So this is when you just sit back and enjoy the light show. Turn off the lights for the ultimate eye candy. Man, look at that, that's just like RGB heaven. Of course, there's some additional games in these 12 blinks that span from more puzzles to more multiplayer experiences. These are all pretty easy to learn. Blinks does keep to its simple nature that all the rules for these games are 2 pages, letting you just program the blinks and start playing right away. In terms of accessibility, these really don't miss a beat either. They're already so small and reasonably durable, making them playable on a bed or even the smallest of table spaces. But the form factor is made even better from this sushi roll case. Look at that. Just stack them up and just roll it up. So this uses the same magnetic technology that you'd find in like a tablet case, where you just simply roll it up after you're done using it. So as covered in the footage littered throughout this video, Daniel and I did get the chance to meet up and play these while wearing masks. And we're both impressed. There's so much tech just crammed into these little small blips. There's the lights, magnets, button, and battery that all take up a fair amount of room, leaving not much space for the really adaptable, smart machinery that again, are all their own game when they need to be. We're getting this lighthearted and fast arcade feel from Blinks, where you have the retro art, to of course the flashing LED lights for all the games that take about 15 minutes or less. This is going to earn the interest of so many different groups of people who don't normally play these tabletop games, from video game players to of course family members. There's tons of intuitive real-time elements like reaction times on buttons and the lights being used as a visual timer. It's going to make a great camping game because, you know, like these Blinks literally create their own light source. Just don't play outside during the day, you won't really be able to see anything. Yeah, so this is a really unorthodox, abstract board game, and when shooting this video, it admittedly made me feel a bit like a tech reviewer. But, you know, the fact of the matter is that we're gonna see more and more games with these type of tech in the future. And they're probably just gonna help games be even more accessible, which is something we always tote here at Shelfside. Ooh. So yeah, games with app support now like Mansions of Madness or of course Detective, a modern crime board game with this online database, are just the tip of the iceberg.
You know what this reminds me of? VR. Both Blinks and virtual reality have so much potential with their tech where their design space, ergo what's possible with them, is incredibly vast. It'll take some time for both of these mediums to become fully realized because both designers and players don't really think about games in such unconventional manners. And when looking at VR, games like Beat Saber and Half-Life Alyx were standout games that were created well into the lifespan of VR. And so I have a feeling that similarly, Blinks is going to produce some super cool games in the future because of its endless possibility. Though personally, I can't really imagine anything cool myself because my dumb lizard brain is just thinking, whoa, I can probably use these for like D&D or custom Gloomhaven scenarios. Unfortunately for both Blinks and VR though, they're pretty expensive when compared to other gaming equivalents you can buy, so you know, like your normal cardboard tabletop games and video game consoles. Unlike with VR though, your investment in Blinks will continue to improve as they keep coming out with more and more games. With VR, not only is there sometimes these weird exclusivity nonsense things going on between Oculus and Vive, but you also gotta upgrade your hardware as VR keeps improving its peripherals and graphics. Though, I mean, I guess to be fair, if you have a beefy PC, you're probably already upgrading all the time anyways, so like... We can't really definitively score this because the Blinks game system is always growing and there's just so many games. But we do highly recommend trying at least 12 or more Blinks for many of the games. So if you're gonna buy some Blinks, this is definitely more of a go big or go home kind of purchase because only having 6 Blinks is so limiting. But wait, you can get your very own Blinks for free from Move38. We're launching our very first giveaway of one bundle set that's going to give you 12 Blinks each with their own game. Well, geez, how do I make sure I'm in this giveaway? Well, first of all, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and then follow both us and Move38 on our Twitters and Instagrams. And finally, leave a comment below on this video telling us why your favorite board game is your favorite board game. Submission ends November 1st at midnight Pacific time, and we'll announce the winner on November 2nd on Twitter. And as always, a huge shout out to our patrons, starting with the Mad Lads Jeff and Z, then the Thad, Aaron, and the Chads, Quentin, Travis, Jeremy, and Clifford. Finally, we got the Brads. We got Max, Vamsi, Alvin, Codename 1, Marius, Charlie, Dylan, Sam, John, Manuel, and Brian. Thank you all so much for your support. If you'd like to become a patron and support the channel, check out our Patreon.